is weird, odd, strange, or just plain bizarre is really your cup of tea, then the Golden State Media Concepts Weird News Podcast will give you that fix. Can't believe it? Well, listen for yourself as we deliver the strangest news you definitely won't find on CNN or Fox. It's the Golden State Media Concepts Weird News Podcast.
Welcome to the GSMC Weird News Podcast, brought to you by GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Arianne, and I'm joined here with the lovely Heidi.
Hello.
Our first topic is going to be about a man from the Philippines. His name is Vic, and this man made himself a dog carriage.
To carry dogs?
No. To carry him in a carriage, and the dogs pulled him.
Oh, okay, kind of like dog sledding,
right?
But not in snow.
Exactly. So, apparently, somebody this chick named Charlemagne Fugata, recorded him while he was getting pulled by these four dogs. They were, what's the breed? Aspen? Yeah, Aspen.
A mixed breed?
Right, they're mixed breed dogs. So it didn't really specify what breed, it was mixed, but
okay.
they're just called Aspens.
Okay.
So, anyway, she took pictures and videoed him getting pulled by these four dogs and then posted it on her Facebook page.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah, so apparently Vic has 9 dogs that he cares for.
Wow.
And he made... it's like a small wooden carriage for him to ride in. Filipino people aren't that big.
That's pretty small.
Yeah, it's not. They're not very big people.
Are they big dogs?
They didn't look like it. They almost look like the size of, I don't know.
But they're like a medium-sized dog.
Yeah, they're not tiny like Chihuahuas, but they're not huge
They're not like a husky.
No.
Okay,
so
medium size.
Right, so maybe to shin level.
Okay.
So, or maybe even
Shin
knees.
level? Yeah, maybe knee. Probably
level.
knee.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at my leg. That's
I know.
probably knee.
But anyway, people say that the dogs are well trained. They know who
I would
Vic
imagine.
is. Yeah, they know who he is, and they even stop on his command. As they're
Aww.
pulling him,
Yeah.
they stop on his command. And I was
good.
okay.
They can stop at all traffic lights.
I don't even know if they have traffic lights in the Philippines.
I'm sure they do. It's just probably really congested on the streets. You know.
But this post of Charlemagne's went viral, and some people were like, "Oh, that's so cool! He's being very resourceful."
Yeah.
Other people were like, "That's cruel. That's animal cruelty to have dogs pulled." I read one of the comments, and the lady was like, "This is animal cruelty. Only horses should be pulling."
Isn't that
carriage.
also animal cruelty?
That's what I thought, because it's not like the.
He had multiple dogs. It's not one dog.
Yeah,
it's a chihuahua trying to pull him up a hill.
Right. There was the 3 closest to the carriage.
Okay.
And the 3 kind of shared the weight, and then the one in the front was kind of like the guide dog.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Is Vic an older man?
He is an older man. I don't know exactly how old he is, but the reason why he gets pulled in this carriage is because he has trouble walking. And
that makes sense.
Yeah, and the woman, Charlemagne, was coming at the people "Oh, you don't know him. Don't say this is animal cruelty, da-da-da." He takes really good care of his dogs. He feeds them. He takes care of them.
He obviously trains them.
Right, trains them very well. And that's what she said. He's really good at training dogs. And, but he has problems with his legs. And she said that he's well known around the community, in the area that he lives in. I think it's Manila.
Yeah.
But he walks as far as he can. And then, he walks along with the dogs and kind of just puts, simple stuff. If he had a book bag, he would put it in the carriage and then walk with the dogs. But until his like legs start to give out. Like I think he has a bum hip or something.
Okay.
Then he rides along in the carriage, but it's not very far. And this specific day that she had recorded him and took pictures, he was on his way to his workplace to get some things from his workplace and come back. And apparently it was like a little bit far, but he was having issues with his legs like pretty bad that day.
Okay.
But they said he walks most of the time. And so I was like, I felt like it didn't look like any kind of cruelty to animals at all.
Okay.
Like he wasn't a large man. He was not.
Yeah. Also, like, I mean, we have like sled dogs, and they love it.
That's what
like
I'm
a lot
saying.
of dogs really like to work.
Yeah, they do, and some of them are like bred to work. Like
Yeah.
the dogs that do it in the snow, I don't know what kind.
They're like husky mixes.
Yeah, and there's like what 7 to 9 of those.
There are a lot of dogs,
Yeah.
and they pull, a sled, but they like it and they're trained.
Yeah.
I feel like they have the Iditarod. They have like races. So I'd imagine like it's not like he's choosing like the weakest dog to pull him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not
and
like
it's-
whipping them.
Right, and he wasn't. He was just like
Like verbally commanding.
yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's really impressive.
Right, and he just kind of sat in the back of the carriage, and I don't think that, like, if you saw the picture, I wish I would have shared a link with you, but if you saw the picture, it did not look like it was strenuous on these dogs
Okay.
at all, in, like, any way, shape, form, or fashion. Like, with the 3 near, it's like it evenly distributed the weight of the carriage, and then with the one in the front.
Yeah.
And he doesn't use just the 4 to pull him, like, he rotates, because like I said, he has 9 of them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. It was just kind of weird seeing like people without even knowing the situation just saying, "Oh, this is cruelty to animals."
I mean, that's the internet.
It really is, though. It really is. But this dude Vic, he knows what he's doing. He's trained these dogs very well, and the picture's kind of cool because he made the carriage himself. So it's like perfect size for all his dogs, for him, and just to carry limited items in there. It's not like he's putting a lot of weight in that carriage. But I thought that was pretty cool.
That is
Interesting,
cool.
Like,
Man.
a makeshift dog carriage.
Yeah. Way to be like, that's like ingenuity. Good for
Yeah.
you, Vic.
Right.
Wow.
That's what I thought. We're going to move on to our next topic that was about this man in China. They did not, release his name, but
Yeah, he probably didn't want them to.
yeah, but they're calling him Mr. Zhang.
Okay.
Now, this man in 2017 swallowed a spoon on
2017?
Yes, last year, swallowed a spoon on a dare. Now, this wasn't no just small, like little teaspoon.
Right.
It was an 8-inch spoon.
What?
Yeah. It was.
Was he drunk? Like, this is...
His friends dared him. Now, if you listen to our last show, on last Weird News podcast, boys, stop daring your friends to do
And
dumb
stop
things.
doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you're, like, okay, I realize this is, like, a stereotype of guys, but, like, if you're a guy and they, like, dare you to do it, isn't that, like, acceptable to just, like, hit your friend, kind of?
That's what I
You
thought.
know? Just, like, go
Yeah.
beat him up. Like, well, don't hurt him. But, I mean, like, playfully.
Yeah.
Like, just, like, don't do it.
Yeah. Or just look at him like that's a stupid idea.
Right, because it is.
It is.
A spoon?
Yeah. It's an 8-inch long
See, this is
spoon.
not...
Right.
This is not good.
It's not. So he swallowed it, by the
my
way,
God.
but it did not like go through like the digestive
I
process.
bet, yeah.
It got stuck in his esophagus. However, he thought like after he swallowed it, it wasn't bothering him at all. So he didn't seek medical attention or anything like
This is
that.
dumb.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. And the top of the spoon was like one of those large
Like
type
a
of-
serving spoon?
Yes.
Oh, this sounds like this guy's on, like, Jackass.
Right.
Like, the show, like... Oh, God.
Yeah, but it wasn't bothering him for a full year until somebody punched him in the chest, and then that's when it gave him issues, and he said he was having trouble breathing.
This man lives a risky life.
He really
They'll
does.
just punch him. I guess I just talked about boys beating each other up, so
Well,
maybe
yeah.
I shouldn't be surprised. But, like, what? Also, so I guess when he got punched, that like moved it around in his body.
That's what I'm assuming.
I guess.
That's what I'm assuming.
That just sounds painful.
It really, and I'm wondering, like, okay, it's been in your esophagus for a year.
That's not a clean spoon anymore.
It's really not. And how are you eating and swallowing stuff?
Right. Like, I feel like that's like he lost weight or something. Like he had to.
Yeah.
I feel like he couldn't sing very well. Like,
I don't know if he could sing very well in the beginning, but I feel like this would
have like a tinny quality to it.
We're gonna take a quick break and come back and talk more about this Chinaman who ate a 8-inch spoon.
Check out the show built around the women of MMA. From the UFC to the extreme cage fighting, we got the fights covered.
Listen.
It's the Golden State Media Concepts Women's MMA Podcast. The latest news of upcoming fights, discussions of previous matches. Join us as we talk to and about the biggest names in women's mixed martial arts, past, present, and future. When it's the women's fight game, you know where to listen to. The Golden State Media Concepts Women's MMA Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the GSMC Weird News Podcast. I need to make a clarification because I just need to apologize. Before the break, I had mentioned we were coming back and talk about, I said Chinaman, and I do apologize. I meant to say a man from China, or I should call him Mr. Zhang. I did not mean that in any kind of derogatory or offensive way. I am sorry. I was just taught a lesson, and I am so sorry. But
it's okay. I don't think Mr. Zhang is listening to this.
Right. But if anybody out there, I do apologize. This man from China, Mr. Zhang.
Thanks, Arianne. I appreciate that.
Yeah. But yeah, he swallowed a spoon. He got punched in the chest, and then it started irritating his breathing. So he went in and got it checked. Now let me just describe the x-ray to you, because it looked like, where your collarbone is?
Yeah.
It looked like right at the tip of your collarbone, that's where the top of the spoon was, like where you put the part that you put in your mouth.
This guy clearly never went to the dentist, because they would notice that.
Yeah. And then the bottom, like the handle of the spoon went down, hit the middle of his chest, and it looked like it was toward the bottom of his ribs. That's how long, 8 inches. Guys.
That hurts just like you describing that.
Right. And you and I are small people.
Yeah, so that would
be
not
like
be
protruding
good
out of our chest if it was. But it took 3 doctors and 2 hours to get this spoon removed.
Oh my! Wait, so did they remove it through his mouth?
I don't know.
Oh,
I do not know.
I hope they like numbed him or something.
Yeah,
gave him some muscle relaxant.
Right, because the spoon looked large, like so large. I was like, why would you swallow?
Also,
of
all
spoon?
The spoons to be dared to eat, why not choose a smaller spoon?
Yeah, like the ice cream one, the little tiny one.
Right, the little tiny. Yeah. No, you don't. Oh.
Yeah, and it looked like it was one of them like metal ones too. So it wasn't like some wooden. Little, no, this mess looked large. And I was like, what is wrong with you? Why a spoon?
What? And you didn't go to the doctor afterwards,
that.
A year. You just like hung out, like nothing had happened.
Yeah, because I feel like he would have had to have known that this is not going to go through your digestive tract.
Right.
Like it's 8 inches. It doesn't bend in
No.
So,
yeah, it's not like your like stomach dissolves metal.
Right. So it's like I would, after swallowing it, I would have just immediately went to the emergency room.
Oh yeah.
Personally, I'd have
also
been like,
I feel like if you're the friend who dares someone to do that and then they actually do it, like you don't say go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Also, that couldn't happen immediately. He had to work to probably swallow that.
Right.
Oh.
So first of all, before I said I would probably, if it was me, I would go to the emergency room immediately after. No, I wouldn't have done it in the first place.
This would never be me.
No.
This would never.
No.
We are smarter than this.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We need the male species to just kind of catch up.
Can we? Yeah. This is dumb.
Fellas,
I'm sorry, sir, but this is dumb.
Yeah, so this was a weird story. I do want to I want to mention some other random things that is said. Now this is just like not in the same area. This is just random, like
People around the globe.
yeah, people around the globe, just random things that they have swallowed. I cannot imagine somebody telling me, why don't you try swallowing that? No, because I'll choke to death.
Right.
Nobody, like me, that's just my luck.
Like, that's why they made lifesaver candies with a little hole in it so you don't die. That's a candy.
Yeah. And that dissolves eventually.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. But one thing, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things here. First one was a piece of a fidget spinner.
Kids know.
Yeah, I hate fidget spinners. I think they are so stupid. I call them idiot spinners when my kids are like, I want a fidget spinner. You are not that bored. Stop it. And you do not have like some kind of weird, I don't want to call it weird, but some kind of...
You don't have a need for a fidget spinner.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, but it wasn't like the whole... so the little part in the center that makes it spin, that little metal part with the bearings, that's what was swallowed. And I was like, doesn't that have like oil or grease or something to make it
How did you
spin?
not just suffocate?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. Somebody swallowed a lighter. I don't know if this even had gasoline or lighter fluid in it, but I don't feel like that was, I feel like that's really dangerous.
I feel like you have a death wish.
Yeah. Especially if it had lighter fluid in it.
Yeah,
Like,
because what if the
leaked?
friction...
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I feel like this is definitely... Like, this is out there. I don't think this would really happen. Granted, you should not be like swallowing a lighter anyway. But what if it's like in your esophagus and something moves and you like hit it and it lights?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
Talk about breathing fire.
Right. Right.
God.
Why would you swallow things anyway? A cell phone. Okay, somebody swallowed a whole cell phone. Now, when I saw this picture, it looked like one of those old school first...
Like the brick phones?
It looked... No, not like the brick, but the next level, like the Nokia ones. Where,
like a flip?
No. The face, like, it had... Remember the ones that first came out and you could, like, change the face and the buttons and the only game on it was Snake?
Yeah. Yeah.
So those old Nokia phones where the antenna, you could put an antenna
And you buy, like, the cover in the mall.
Yeah.
With, like, the bedazzled cover.
Yeah. That kind of Nokia phone.
Oh, the phone that you could drop and it didn't matter.
It really didn't.
Or you could swallow and it didn't matter. I wonder if they got calls.
I know. How would you answer that?
They could probably hear you talking.
I know.
Be like talking to like a baby, like in your womb, but it's to a phone in your esophagus.
That would be so weird. It's like...
Yeah, like, am I underwater? What is going on?
I don't think anybody would be able to answer that. Like, how would you answer that?
That's true, unless it just...
Because they have buttons. It wasn't a screen.
Yeah. Oh, that's awful. Were these people, like... Did they have, like, death wishes?
I feel like they had to have some kind of wish to choke.
Right.
Like, you don't just do... Like,
you just swallow a Nokia for, like... I mean, I guess you do swallow it for fun, but... What? Why?
And these things are not like small. They're
these
like
things are not going to pass through your body.
Yeah, a Nokia phone. No. Another one was like a SpongeBob, like a keychain size. And
of course, SpongeBob.
in the X-ray that I saw, it was like it looked like a little tiny keychain size, like a child. Like I think the kid was like it said 16 months or something like that.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. But like SpongeBob was like all upside down in there and just like
So if a child swallowed this door, are you saying that, I mean, I'm guessing you're saying that adults did the other ones?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this one, the SpongeBob one said it was and then the fidget spinner, they said it was a little girl.
Oh, okay.
And I think the phone was a girl too.
A little girl?
No, not a little girl.
Oh, like an adult
person, yes.
Okay.
And the last one I have on here was a fitness tracker. Not like a Fitbit, but it did the same thing.
Oh, like count your steps.
Yeah.
Man.
So I don't know why you would put these things in your mouth.
Of all the items.
Yeah.
That's so random.
Right. I mean, we're not like toddlers to where everything has to go in our mouth.
No.
Why would you try to swallow it?
What's the point of a fitness tracker?
I don't know.
Like, better count your steps? Like,
no, what are you gonna... If you talk, it gives you more
Yeah,
points
yeah.
or whatever, however it
but that's
works.
just lying to you.
I know.
It's not real calories burned.
I know.
How are you gonna... I don't even really want to know how these things got removed, but...
Yeah. It seems painful either way, like going in and coming out.
Oh, yeah, seriously.
Because, I mean, I feel like maybe with the SpongeBob that could have been passed, but I don't even know.
SpongeBob has like edges. It's not like smooth. He's a square.
Yeah, he is.
He's a cube thing.
Yeah,
With like the arms. Oh.
I don't know. This all just seems all bad. Don't swallow random things, people, please.
Yeah, like you don't pick up a toy and think that you just want to eat it.
Yeah.
Please don't.
If it's not edible, don't stick it in
It
your
makes my
mouth.
body hurt.
Right? And just in the chest area.
Right. Yeah. I'm like holding myself.
I know,
like,
Heidi's over here just holding her
I'm just
chest
like,
in pain.
oh, God.
You'll be okay, Heidi.
Oh, I could never survive this. I'm not tough. God.
We're going to take a quick break to let Heidi...
Yeah, so I can heal.
heal herself over here. We'll be back with some more weird news.
This is your ultimate stop for everything sports. The Golden State Media Concepts Sports Podcast. Should I say more? From the NFL, MLB, the NBA to MMA, it's all in here. The Golden State Media Concepts Sports Podcast. Listen now.
Welcome back to the GSMC Weird News Podcast. We're going to go into our last topic, which is actually about a stolen inflatable. Let your imagination run wild.
Right, yeah. Arianne was saying, like, what you just see that story, you know, like clickbait, like inflatable what?
Yeah. This was, okay, let me just start out. This happened October 29th in Kansas City, Missouri. My fault. Yeah. Kansas City, Missouri. The police recovered a large inflatable colon.
Colon, like the body.
Like
part.
the potty part.
Yeah.
Colon.
Not the punctuation mark.
No. Yeah, no. I feel like that would have been in two pieces. But no, a body part, a colon that was stolen from a Missouri driveway earlier October. So what was going on was Colon Cancer Coalition in Missouri were going to be they were one of the people that were going to a what's it called? A fundraiser. That's what it was for another reason. But they wanted to bring their large inflatable colon to set up at their table, like their booth,
like for like awareness and to like catch your eye. Like, oh, what is that? To talk about colon cancer. Okay,
you know it. And anyway, the person who had it in his car or truck, I believe it was the back of his truck.
Okay.
And he was parked at his house, and I guess he like kind of kept it there overnight, so that way, like the next day, he could just drive over to it. Anyway, they stole it, and police say that they had an anonymous tip, and that's what led them to the colon, the inflatable colon, which was found at a vacant house. And there are no suspects. Like,
this sounds so weird to say. Like, oh yeah, they found the colon.
Yeah,
like
right.
A vacant house.
Yeah, and I wonder if the people who like stole it were like, oh, maybe it's like a large child's like bounce house. You know what I mean? Something
yeah, it's like a
that.
worm.
Yeah, something. But like when they found out it was a colon, they were like, we don't need this.
Ditched it.
Yeah.
Then people are gonna make fun of us.
Yeah.
We stole a colon. You know.
Exactly. Now, I want to put into perspective, like, this was not, like, just something that you just set up next to your, like, table or booth. This was a 10-foot by 10-foot, 150-pound colon. Like, blow-up inflatable colon.
Oh, my God.
Like, you could literally walk through it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's how big it is. So... yeah, I was like, it looks nasty because it looks like a colon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But picture 10 foot high, like 10 foot tall, 10 foot wide, 150 pounds, colon. Now,
oh my God.
Yeah. The Colon Cancer Coalition bought this like back in 2017 for this specific reason, so they can blow it up for awareness, like colon awareness. And whenever they do go to other like fundraisers, or even like I think they said they go to what are the mile runs, the marathons?
Oh yeah, like the marathons to like raise money.
Yeah, and they have their like little booths set up.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they can pass out like pamphlets and flyers,
community
and stuff like
events.
that. Exactly. So that's what they bought it for initially. And after the community found out that it had been stolen, somebody had put up a GoFundMe page to raise more money to replace it. I don't know how much it costs initially, but they raised $11,000 to replace the stolen inflatable, which they were actually able to buy 2 more with that.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Plus they got the one that they found, so they have like 3.
They have 3 colons.
So when they found the colon, was it blown up?
No.
Like, was it? Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't.
Because that'd be funny if someone took the time to blow it up and then just abandoned it.
It did show that it was like in this vacant like house, and then like halfway
weird.
house yard.
Yeah.
But they rolled it out to see like what it was.
They checked it out and they were like, "This is not worth it."
It's not what we wanted.
we wanted like a heart. Or
Yeah, I
something.
know, right? It's wrong body part. Bring it back. Just leave it here. They'll find it. But yeah, they don't have any suspects for this. So I was like,
weird.
that's my question here is, why would anyone want to steal an inflatable colon?
I think that's kind of I guess they didn't know it was a colon.
Right.
Which makes it weirder that they just stole it. I feel like if it's a colon, that's kind of funny.
If they knew about it.
If they knew what it was.
A colon, yeah.
But that's weird to just steal an inflatable from someone's truck.
Right.
Like, I don't know why you would do that.
I don't know.
It's funny.
But the University of Kansas Cancer Center, they just use it for educational purposes, and that's like their initial. I don't know if they really wanted to keep all 3 colons though, because I feel like
don't need all 3.
Yeah,
at that
I
point.
feel like they could have returned like one of them, like have one for backup if that's what.
That's true.
If you feel
in
like
case
it's
the
gonna
other
happen
one
again.
gets stolen.
Yeah, if you feel like it's gonna happen again, have your backup. But if not, then return one and do like an awareness event with the extra money that was donated.
Yeah.
I feel like that might help, or donate it to the colon cancer. Like, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they are the awareness center.
That's true. They would just buy an inflatable colon anyway, and that's what they did with the donation.
I know. Do something else, more research or something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad they got it back. That's weird though. I mean, that would definitely catch my eye if I was at an event and just like a giant blow up colon.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, what is that?
Right.
Large pink thing.
That'd be weird. Huh. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that would get people's attention. That would get me.
Yeah.
So good idea.
Heidi, we're going to talk about your story of the witches.
Yes.
You have an interesting story.
I do. This is related to Halloween, I would say. So, in Portland, Oregon, there was an event that got some people's eye. Apparently, hundreds of witches, I use witches in air quotes, they had gathered together, and instead of broomsticks, they were using paddle boards. Basically, what this looked like was a bunch of people, and they had, like, the pointy hats.
They were dressed as witches.
They were dressed as witches.
Yeah.
Pointy hats, cloaks, like, all in black. And it did sort of look like they were gliding because they're paddleboarding. Mm-hmm. So if you just forget the fact that it's water and just tell yourself that it's sky, it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
And it was like this group of people. They were paddleboarding, and it happened Portland, Oregon, and last weekend right before Halloween. Mm-hmm. And they paddled for 6 miles on boards along the Willamette River, and the river divides the city of Portland. Mm-hmm. And so the local newspaper had reported that the paddleboard event, it had actually started 2 years ago, and it was just like a few participants, just a few witches, but the event got bigger, and it attracts like 100 participants, and it's actually to like bring together donated items like socks, underwear, t-shirts, and it all gets donated to a nonprofit group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like before they start paddling, they use the event to like bring people together to donate.
Yeah.
So I think everyone who paddled had donated some item of clothing to a nonprofit.
Is this to like hand out to the like homeless out there?
I think so.
Or maybe
or
the
like to
homeless
keep in
shelter.
some sort of shelter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, I guess that's nice. Like, I feel like Christmas time everyone donates, but not as much other times. So this is like trying to get that started. And it definitely catches your eye. It's kind of scary. It's weird. And it brings a lot of spectators because I think at first people didn't know what was going on. But as the event has gotten bigger and there have gotten more witches, it gets like a bigger and bigger crowd.
The picture that I saw in this, because I read this article also, and the picture is hilarious. I love it because they're all just dressed in their own little whatever witches outfits with like their hats and their,
like their cloaks.
Yeah, it's so cute.
I also say these are like coordinated witches. Yeah. So I feel like if people are like going out to dress up as witches for Halloween, people have different like costumes. People have like skirts or like stockings or pointy shoes. It was like they were all coordinated. They all had the hat, like the same hat, and like the same cloak. So it looked way more uniform. Maybe
they gave them a hat and cloak if
that would make sense.
Because so that way, because I know in Utah there's a witches night. And you get to, it's kind of cool. So you get to dress up in like a witch of whatever you choose. Almost like the Witches of Eastwick. Have you ever seen that show?
I actually haven't.
Okay, plug for another podcast, movies that we do. We're going to have to watch that one.
Okay.
But it's cute. But yeah, it's kind of like that. But it's a night that everybody gets to dress up as witches. And then they just do like a little party.
Do they hand out witch costumes, or do you bring your own?
You dress up as your own, and then you come. But it's like all kind of different. But I like that all these ones matched because they all did. It was
very impactful
uniform.
Yeah, I feel like that would draw a bigger crowd if everyone looked the same. It was like a swarm. Of people on a river. Yeah, witches on a river.
Yeah,
it was interesting, but good for them for having. That's a new movie. Good for them for having it be for a good cause.
For real though, because I hear that my sister, one of my little sisters, used to live in Portland, and the homeless population out there is extremely large.
Yeah, it's really cold. It rains all the time.
It does.
You got to change your socks all the time.
I know. It's very pretty up there.
It is
super green. Like I've never seen that color green until I went there, and I was like. In Utah, growing up in Utah, I'm like, we get that rusted old boring kind of...
You get brown?
Dead, yeah.
I mean, California, you definitely get brown. Yeah. Everything is dead.
Yeah, we live in a desert.
We do. We really do.
Yeah. But there, it's so, like, vibrant. Like, when they say forest green, that's what they meant. I was like, oh, look at that. But, so my sister would, like, actually go on... Like her date nights with her husband would be to pass out. Like they'd make like 20 lunch sacks and then just pass them out.
Your sister's a much better person than I am.
Me too. Yeah, me too. But Portland is expensive.
It is.
Like not saying California isn't expensive.
Yeah, it is.
But it is. It's expensive here. I love it though. But anyway, those are our topics for our weird news. Thank you so much for listening, and please join us next time for some more amazing weird news.